Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, I'm continuing on with my build series of the 1/8 scale Lotus Esprit from The Spy Who Loved Me, courtesy of my friends at Agora Models. This is part of their James Bond collection, and so far it's been a lot of fun, and I just can't wait to dive into Pack 5. But before we do, if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. And all of my current subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate all of you. And if you'd like to get one of these for yourself, you can just scan the QR code on the screen, or you can click on the link in the description to go right to Agora's website. All right, so I'm excited to dig into this pack, and I think it's time to get to the build. Okay, for stage 35, we're going to be fitting the engine cover, and this is actually the only piece that came in this stage, so it should be pretty quick. Okay, so we'll want to bring over our chassis from the last several stages, and we want to take our engine cover here, and this is just going to fit right into these two slots here, and snap into these two spots up here. So we'll just fit this in like this, and pop it down. And that is the end of that stage. Okay, for stage 36, we're going to be building the instrument panel. However, I am going to modify mine. This color, to me, is just, it's not right. So I'm going to paint mine. But before I get started on paint, the first part of this stage is we're going to take this clear piece here, and we're going to attach the instrument panel gauge cluster to it. Now, on this clear piece, there's a bit of a curve here, and that matches the top of the decal. So you want to make sure you have this orientated properly. We're just going to peel off our sticker. We're going to attach it here. So we'll just get that lined up. There we go. Just like that. Okay, for our next step, we're going to be adding some reflective material to the underside of this unit. So we're going to need this sticker, and this is just going to go, these holes are going to go over these points right here. So let's just bend these up a little bit here. All right, let's get this lined up in here. Push that down. Make sure it's down there all the way. Just like that. Now, there's also a clear protective coating on this. You just want to peel that off so it's nice and shiny. Okay, now once that's done, we're going to take our instrument cluster that we did earlier, and this is just going to fit over these two lugs right here. Just like that. And we're going to attach that with a couple of PSO2 screws. Just like that. All right, next we're going to take this panel here and this part, and we're just going to put this on the back of here. Press it through, and that just press fits on there, just like that. Okay, next we're going to take this piece and this part, and we're going to press that through the back, just like we did on the other one. This has got an alignment pin, and it's keyed on this side, so it only goes in one way. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to bring our dashboard and gauge assembly back over, and we're going to take this piece here, just like that. So you want to make sure you get it in this set of grooves on this side and right in here. Next, we're going to take this piece here and install it just the same way. So when you're done, it'll look just like that. Okay, now we're going to take this, and this part here is going to go on just like this. And then we're going to lock it in with a couple of PSO2 screws. One in here, and one in here, just like that. And that's the end of stage 36. Okay, now we're moving on to stage 37, but before I continue, this part here from stage 36 is part 36H. We're not using it yet, but you don't want to lose it, so just set it aside in a safe place. Okay, for stage 37, we're going to be building the dashboard and radar assembly. And if you can see here, I've also painted this part a dark gray, and I masked off the vents. So I'm going to pull off those masking first and see how those look. All right, and those look okay. We're going to leave those like that. All right, just like that. All right, before we get too far along there, first, we need to add this sticker to our radar screen. Now, our radar screen has a little cutout right here, and the sticker also has a cutout. So you want to make sure we line those up properly, which is going to be just like that. Just like that. All right, next we're going to take this part here and the part we just created. And this is just going to press on right to this section right here. Get that started. All right, and that just presses on just like that. Then we're going to take this piece, and that's going to go on back here like this. So we're going to set this over these lugs, just like that, and we're going to attach it with 3 PSO2 screws. One here. Just like that. Then we're going to take this short LED cable, and this is part 37E. We're going to turn this over, and we're going to press this right into this hole here. Just like that. And that is going to illuminate our radar screen. And with that, that's the end of stage 37. Okay, moving right along with stage 38, we're going to be fitting the steering wheel. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our steering wheel and this piece here. On the back of the steering wheel, you've got a couple holes and a couple pins on the back of this. It only goes on one way. So we're just going to snap that on just like that. All right, next we're going to take our steering wheel again. And this piece, and specifically this smaller end, which is keyed, and this is going to go in the back of the steering wheel here. Now I'm just going to dip this end in a little bit of oil. Then I'm going to get it started in here. And then I'm going to take a small hammer, and we're just going to tap that in place. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to take these two pieces here, which I have painted. This is the original color, kind of a light gray, and this is a much darker, more correct gray. We're going to take this piece here, the one without the controls on the steering column, and this is going to go in here like this, and this little ring here is going to go in this little notch here. Just like that. And then we're going to take this piece and it's going to fit over just like this. Kind of snap into place there. Then we're going to hold this whole assembly together with some PS32 screws. So we'll get one started in here. And the other one goes in here. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to take this and bring over our dashboard we were working on before. And the steering wheel is just going to go, make sure your holes are facing down, but it's just going to go through here and into those two holes right there. And then we're going to attach it on this side with a couple of PSO5 screws. So we'll get one started in here and the other one right here. Tighten that down. Now, it may look a little odd. It looks like the steering wheel's kind of angled, but that's actually correct. That's how the real car is. Okay, now we're going to bring over our gauge cluster from the previous stages, and these two pins are going to go in these two holes. Just like that. And then we're going to attach this from the bottom side with two PSO5 screws. One there and one here. Just like that. Wow, that looks really nice. I love how those corrected colors make that look. Okay, next we're going to take the steering shaft, and this is going to connect to the end of our shaft on our steering wheel. Now, this is keyed, so you want to make sure you get it on just like that. And then we're going to place one screw, a DSO3, just in that hole to hold it all in place. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to take this LED cable number 10 from the previous pack, and we're going to put these in these two holes right here. Now, you'll see how it's shaped like this. You want this one to go in this side and this single one to go over here. Like that. And then we'll take this one, go over here. Just like that. And with that, that completes that stage. And again, I have to say, I'm really happy with the how it looks with painting these parts, that light gray to this really dark gray. It just looks so much more realistic, and I really like it. All right, let's move on. Okay, for stage 39, we're going to start assembling the center console. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece, and this piece has your little edge on it. We're going to connect these two posts here into these two holes, just like that. And then we're going to hold this together with a PSO5 screw. And this screw goes in the middle one here. Just like that. Okay, next we have these trim pieces, and they are marked left and right. So we're going to start off with the left one here, and I'm going to cut this off this little tree. And this only goes on one way, and it's going to go in these three upper holes. Just press that in just like that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just like that. Okay, then we're going to take these two parts, and they are marked left and right. So we'll take the left one first. And this is just going to go in here along this edge, just like that. And then we'll do the same with the other side. All right, just like that. Okay, now we're going to take the seatbelt clips, and these are going to go in here. They're also marked left and right. This is the left one, so we're going to go on the left side. There are two holes here, a larger one and a smaller one. So they only go in one way. And they just press in just like that. And now we'll do the same on the other side. All right, just like that. And with that, that's the end of stage 39. Okay, with stage 40, we're going to continue the center console, and we're going to start with This piece here, I did paint. It was this kind of a light gray color. And the switches, I was having a hard time masking around the switches, so I just painted the whole thing. And then I went back and I hand painted the switches for this, and it came out really good. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is take this part here and this part here, which is the shift boot. And this is keyed, and it's just going to go in here just like that. And then we're going to hold it in with a PSO2 screw from the back. It's going to go right in here. Just like that. Okay, next we're going to take this shift lever, and it's just going to go in that hole right down there in the center of the boot. Just like that. And then next, we're going to take this little white button. Whoops, very little. We're going to take this little white button, if I can get a grip on it, and that's just going to go right in the center of the gear shift. Just like that. I'm going to set that aside, and we're going to bring back over our other center console part that we worked on before, and we're going to turn this upside down. Then we're going to take this piece here, and it's going to go this way around and just go on just like that, so those holes are clear. And then we're going to attach this with a PSO2 screw. Just like that. Then we're going to bring this piece back over. We're going to turn everything upside down. And this is just going to go in here this way. This little part here is going to go over that post. And this fits in like that, so it's flush against this. And we're going to hold that in with a PSO2 screw. Just like that. And that really looks nice. And that's the end of stage 40. Okay, for stage 41, we're going to continue working on that center console and the dashboard trim. Okay, we're going to take these two pieces of dashboard trim, and these are marked. This one has an R and this one has an L. We're going to start with the L for the left one, and we're going to bring back our dashboard assembly from before. We're going to turn this upside down, and this piece of trim is going to go in here just like that. So let's get that started. Okay, see here where the cutouts are there? You want to make sure you get this all the way down so you can't see those cutouts. It's a little tricky because there's not a lot of room to work in here. Okay, just like that. Then we're going to take the other one and do the same thing on the other side. And those are kind of hard to get in there, but just be patient and be careful you don't break it. But it will go in and they'll snap into place, just like that. Okay, next we're going to want to lay this just like this and bring over our center console we were working on before. Want to turn it over this way, and this is going to go right over these posts, like that. And then we're going to take this piece, and that's going to go just like this, over those, and over where we put in that trim. And then we're going to secure this with 6 PSO5 screws. Now I'm just going to get all of these started, and then we'll tighten them all up. But I want to start from the middle and work my way out. All right, now that I've got them all started, I'm going to go back and start from the center and just tighten all these up. And with all those tightened up, this is how it's going to look. Looks really nice. And that is the end of stage 41. Okay, friends, for stage 42, we're actually going to be adding some carpet to the interior, installing the handbrake and these pedals, and also the power switch for the car. Before I get to the carpeting, though, I want to take care of a few things. I am going to paint the petals on this petal assembly here. And I'm going to use this rubber from the Cobra motor paints from Ammo. I really like how this color looks. It resembles rubber once it's dried. So these petals would have been rubber on the real car, so I'm going to paint those. Also, the handbrake, it's very shiny. That's not what it would look like. So I'm going to put some matte clear over this so it's just not shiny, and I think it'll blend it a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of those two things, and then we'll get to the carpet. Okay, so I'm just taking a little flat clear. I'm just going to apply it to the orange part of this brake. Just like that, and then we'll let that dry, and in a few minutes that'll be nice and flat. Okay, now we're going to just take this rubber color and just really quickly add it to the petals there. All right, now once that dries, it'll look like rubber. Okay, for the carpets, this side over here is B1 and this is B2. And these are going to go here and here on the cockpit floor. So we're going to start off with B1. Okay, so B1 is going to fit right in here. And there are some cutouts here that we need to pop out. So let's go ahead and pop those free here. There's a square one there and a few circles here. And these are going to go over where the power switch is going to be, and then these holes here where the seat sits. Okay, so I'm just going to start peeling this back like so, and just get enough off so we can get this started. Oops. All right, just like that. And I found it was easier to start from this end and work my way that way. All right, now we'll do the other side. So I'll just get this started on this side here. All right, just like that. Okay, next we have this sheet of carpet here, and I'll put up an image on the screen so you have a better idea of what the cutouts look like. We're going to start off with A1 over here, so I'm going to get that ready and we'll get it stuck into the interior. Okay, this part A1 is going to go right here along the side of this part right here. So let's get that stuck on. I'm going to start off this way. There we go. All right, there we go, just like that. Now I'm going to do the rest of it. Okay, just like that. All right, next we're going to take this piece, which is A7, and it's going to go right in here around where the steering shaft and the pedals go. Just like that. Now we're going to take this part, which is AB, and this is just going to go right in here like that. Just like that. All right, next we're going to take A3, and there's a cutout here for this right here. So this is just going to go right along there. Then we're going to roll this over. All right, just like that. Okay, next we're going to take A4, and this one is going to go on this side, just like that. All right, just like that. Okay, next we're going to take piece A6, and this one's going to go right here and wrap around like that. So let's get that one going. All right, just like that. All right, and then we're going to take this last one, A5, and that's going to go right around here. All right, just like that. Okay, now while we were doing the carpet, you can see the petals have dried and they have a nice rubber look to them. And this piece is going to get mounted right here, and we're going to hold that in with a PSO5 screw. All right, just like that. Now let's move on to the next step. Okay, for the next step, we're going to be adding the handbrake, and as you can see now, it's not as glossy and shiny. The bottom is the original, and the top makes it look flat and looks more like orange leather. So this is just going to go down in here like this, push it in, and that's going to be held in underneath with a PS14 screw right here. Just like that. Now, I have to be honest, I really am not a fan of the orange carpet, and initially I thought that the carpet in the actual movie car must have been gray or black, but after watching several still frames of the movie, I did see some of the orange carpet down here next to James Bond's leg, so I decided not to make this all black and leave it the orange. Okay, next we're going to take this switch retainer, and you want to make sure that the lugs are facing upwards like so. And then we're going to take this cable here, and this is cable 13, and we're going to feed this male end through that so it looks, it's kind of hard to hold it so the camera picks up. It's going to look like that. And the switch is just going to kind of rest right there. Then we're going to bring over the floor, and the switch goes in here with this. All right, so just like that. And then we're going to hold this in with a couple of the same PS14 screws. All right, just like that. And then we've got our switch on the floor there. Next, we're going to be taking this wire and we're going to lay it in this little trough here, like so. And then we're going to take these retaining clips here. We're just going to place those over the pins here and here to hold it in place. Just like that. Now that we've got our carpeting in, our pedals, and our switch, and our handbrake, that's the last step in stage 42. Okay, with that last stage completed, that completes pack 5, and I have to say this was a fun pack, and we really got a lot done in this pack. I'm really liking how the dashboard and the interior is looking. Looks very nice. It's going to be so cool once it's in and lit up. My added details of the different colors there really make this pop and make it look a little more realistic to me. The interior, even though I'm not a fan of the carpet, it is the color of the carpet, but a couple little details that I did, and I'm just happy with it. It looks really cool. All right, so that wraps up pack 5. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button down in the bottom there. I'd really appreciate it. Once again, if you missed any of the other episodes, there is a playlist link down in the description. Please check that out and get caught up on the other episodes if you missed them. And if you'd like to get one of these for yourself, scan the QR code on the screen or check in the description for a link to the Agora Models website and pick up one of these for yourself. You won't go wrong. This is a really nice kit so far. I'm really having a lot of fun doing this for you guys. So Until next episode, everyone just be safe out there and go build something.